Hello everyone and welcome back to the best investing podcast in the world. Against the advice of all kinds of experts, both financial and of the music industry, my Spotify investment is up already over sixfold. And in this write-up, I'm going to explain why I believe that the investment is going to evolve to be a 10-bagger over the next year or two, and why longer term it can evolve to be over a 100-bagger and actually become a much bigger company than pretty much anyone can fathom at present. The summary of this update, which is my Q4 2024 earnings digest, is that Spotify is becoming a cash machine as I predicted years ago. Spotify's organizational focus on accelerating execution for 2025 promises to in turn meaningfully enhance financial performance from here over the next year or two. And as I was saying, over the long term, Spotify is poised to become a far bigger company than conventional analysts can currently fathom, and let alone music experts. So let's get deep into it. Spotify's free cash flow yield in the last 12 months is exploding, as you can see in the graph below. In Q4 2024, gross margins and free cash flow came in at record levels at 32.2% and 877 million euros respectively. The trend in the graph below is shocking, but I believe that this is just the beginning. As Spotify continues growing its subscriber base and figures out new ways to solve problems for them, financials are set to proliferate over the coming decade. My investment in Spotify is already up over 6x, and I see a path for a 10x return and far more over the coming years. While many investors still see Spotify as a music app, they fail dramatically to see the bigger picture. Spotify is becoming one of the largest platforms on the internet and is on its way to becoming a world-class business of Amazonian proportions. Spotify has gone from being a great app to an extraordinary business by deploying audio verticals beyond music and focusing on cost optimization, all while remaining laser-focused on delighting end consumers. As is usually the case for companies with extraordinary process power, management isn't quite able to pinpoint any specific driver of the company's financial outperformance. Rather, during the Q4 2024 earnings call, CEO Daniel Ek alluded to a stream of constant innovations being behind the financial outperformance.
We set quarterly record highs for revenue, gross margin, operating income, and free cash flow as we closed out our first full year of profitability. So, what drove this growth? Well, in large part, it's the result of countless improvements and tweaks we made over the past 2 years, and continuous system of innovation that has brought us to where we are today.
What's fascinating is that Spotify is essentially a machine that can be trusted to attain its operational goals. 2023 was the year of efficiency for Spotify, and 2024 was the year of monetization. In both years, Spotify has demonstrated its world-class capabilities as an organization. In every quarterly conference call during those years, management has not been able to pinpoint any specific driver for the outperformance. In a rather Brownian motion, the organization simply finds a way to get things done when new goals are set, and this usually happens when you have extraordinary minds running a company. For 2025, Spotify has set its sights on accelerating execution. In the abstract, this new operational goal is likely to amplify Spotify's overall performance. Going forward, we are now likely to see much faster subscriber and profitability growth. Although Q1 is usually a cyclically soft quarter for Spotify, all the necessary elements are in place for Spotify to achieve much higher cash flow production by the end of 2025. The new CFO, Christian Luiga, elegantly summed up management's view on this topic during the Q4 2024 earnings call.
As Daniel alluded to earlier, we plan to make targeted investments in our core offerings, which may make our sequential gross margin cadence a bit more variable over the course of this year. That said, our fourth quarter gross margin is expected to be higher than the quarter one due to seasonality. Finally, we expect our free cash flow generation to meaningfully exceed what we generated in 2024.
It's in Spotify's DNA to continue investing for further growth, and that's one of the reasons for which I quite like this company. Apart from accelerating execution, Spotify has decided to now invest in video podcasts and in deepening the music experience for fans. For years, I've been talking about Spotify's potential to increase ARPU, average revenue per user, by solving problems that both creators and consumers have in common. This observation is now materializing, with Spotify set to deliver a tailored experience for music fans. This approach will help creators make more money money, and fans get much more out of their money too. With music being a $2.5 trillion industry, the amount of incremental value that Spotify can deliver and capture at a marginal cost is several times that of its current market cap. As Spotify then proceeds to apply this new approach to subsequent audio verticals, the upside starts to look far larger than most conventional analysts can fathom at present. Historically, Spotify has been focused on moving people from piracy to an environment of legal music consumption. This has been primarily enabled by their freemium model, which today is the main driver of Spotify's business. As of Q4 2024, the company is now moving onto a new business model, which I believe will deliver significantly higher operating leverage. Indeed, 2025 will likely only be the beginning for this new approach, with gross margins and free cash flow production rising for many years after. Daniel Ek's remarks about this topic during the Q4 2024 earnings call were highly insightful.
The next version of the music industry, I believe, is one where we're going to tailor the experience of Spotify to all of these different subgroups. One of them we've been talking about, which is the super fans. So I'm personally super excited about this one, and this is a product I've been waiting on for quite some time as a super fan of music, and I'm playing around with it now, and it's really exciting, and I can't wait to show you guys that.
The title of my original thesis was Spotify, the Google of audio in the making. This vision has become more apparent to the market over the past few years as Spotify has deployed audio verticals beyond music with extraordinary success. However, the world's perception of Spotify will change far more quickly going forward as it continues to invest in audio podcasts. This capital allocation decision sets Spotify on a direct collision course with YouTube. I believe Spotify will emerge as one of the world's primary search engines from this battle, rivaling Google's search in the aftermath. While YouTube has a strong moat, Spotify has superior organizational qualities than that of Google or any of its subsidiaries. For this reason, I believe the odds are in favor of Spotify over the long term. With Alex Nordstrom and Gustav Soderstrom now stepping up as Chief Business Officer and Chief Product and Technology Officer respectively, Daniel has more time to focus on the future of Spotify. I believe that Daniel is the most underrated CEO on the planet at this time, and that this reorganization will enable him to turn Spotify into something much bigger over the coming decade. In the Q4 2024 earnings call, his ambition is clearly palpable in the following remarks.
And this has allowed me to spend more time working on the future of Spotify, which is where I've always believed I can have the biggest impact. And we'll aim to bring Alex and Gustav to future calls to share their perspectives on our goals and performance.
Although my Spotify thesis has always been contrarian, the world is now witnessing their rapidly improving financials. However, the market nonetheless continues to think in linear terms. Spotify is now making investments to multiply its earning power over the coming decades by orders of magnitude. And so long as the organizational culture remains sharp, which I believe it will do so long as Daniel is around, the odds of exorbitant success are meaningful going forward. While my Spotify thesis is up just over sixfold, I see it evolving into a 100 bagger or more over time. And if you want to learn how to identify world-class companies early, as I have done with Spotify, I recommend that you take my Tech Stock Goldmine course, which is linked to in the show's footnotes. In this course, I break down the mental model behind my 25x plus AMD and Tesla investments, and the same framework actually behind my 15x plus Palantir, 6x plus Spotify, and 3x plus HIMS investments. For this course, I have a 14-day no questions asked money back guarantee in case you don't like it. So if you buy it and then you don't like it, all you have to do is send me an email and I'll give you a refund straight away. But I guarantee that 99.9% of you, as has happened with all past students, will absolutely love this course. This course will radically enhance your ability to select winners before the market does. So thank you very much, take care, and until next time. And as always, if you enjoyed this update, could you please share this with one friend, because the only way this grows is with your help, since these deep dives are for free and all of that. So thank you very much, take care, and until next time.